2021 Asian Windsurfing event. Egypt's bodybuilder Big Ramy wins Mr. Olympia 2020 and dedicates his title to all Egyptians. These were the top headlines for the day. Let's see how the weather condition looks like in the Sultanate in our weather update.
Hi, my name is Meitha El-Shukaili with today's weather update. And right now, I'm outside the TFM studio in Al Khuwair. Before we move on to weather, here's an interesting fact for the day. At any given time, on average, there are about 1,800 thunderstorms occurring on Earth with 100 lightning strikes per second. That's our fact for the day. Now join me inside the studio and let's take a look at how the weather will be like in the Sultanate. An alert has been issued by Oman Meteorology and Civil Aviation authorities saying that visibility may reduce due to the fog patches. In addition to that, there will be clear to partly cloudy skies over Musandam and Oman Sea coasts with chances of isolated rain, and mainly clear skies over the rest of the Sultanate, and chances of late night and early morning low-level clouds or fog patches in South Al-Sharqiyya, Al-Dhahira, Al-Dakhiliyya, Al-Wusta, and Oman Sea coast. And with that, let's take a look at how the weather will be like in all the governorates. Muscat will be sunny, temperatures between 26 to 20 degrees Celsius. Musandam will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 22 to 17 degrees Celsius. North Al-Batina will be sunny, temperatures between 25 to 18 degrees Celsius. South Al-Batina will be sunny, temperatures between 25 to 18 degrees Celsius. Al-Buraimi will be sunny, temperatures between 24 to 15 degrees Celsius. Al-Dhahira will be sunny, temperatures between 27 to 17 degrees Celsius. Al-Dakhiliyya will be sunny, temperatures between 26 to 15 degrees Celsius. North Al-Sharqiyya will be sunny, temperatures between 27 to 15 degrees Celsius. South Al-Sharqiyya will be sunny, temperatures between 25 to 18 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will be sunny, temperatures between 27 to 19 degrees Celsius. Dhafar will be sunny, temperatures between 23 to 15 degrees Celsius.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Outline. Now, before we get into the detail of the rare phenomena that is taking place today in the Sultanate, known as the Great Conjunction, let's see how the COVID-19 situation looks like in the Sultanate today. The Ministry of Health officials has announced one death case due to coronavirus in the Sultanate today. This has taken the total death cases in the Sultanate to 1,489. The Ministry of Health officials has also extended their deepest condolences to the families of the deceased. Moreover, the Ministry of Health has also announced the registration of 264 new coronavirus cases in Oman today. The total cases in the country have now touched 119,731, including 119,745 total recoveries. This, in the past 24 hours, the Ministry of Health officials has also registered 171 recoveries. The ministry urged everyone to adhere to social distancing instructions issued by the Supreme Committee and the Ministry of Health. In addition to that, and talking on the lines of the coronavirus, Badr bin Saif Al-Rawahi, who's the director of the Department of the Infectious Diseases Control, has informed that the first batch of vaccines for coronavirus will arrive in Oman on Wednesday. The vaccine will consist of 2 doses with 21 days between them, and vaccination centers will be announced in the coming days. Dr. Al-Rawahi said the vaccine that will arrive in the Sultanate is the Pfizer vaccine manufactured using RNA technology. A national version has been prepared to distribute the vaccine, and health workers in all governorates of the Sultanate have been trained on the way of giving the vaccine. The Sultanate is one of the first countries to obtain the vaccine in 2020 as a result of negotiations with scientific institutions, international organizations, and negotiations with companies. Al-Rawahi said that the use of vaccine contributed in past periods to the eradication of a number of epidemics such as smallpox and polio. The Sultanate's strategy for vaccination aims to cover 60% of the population. It is divided into stages. The first stage begins with 20% of the target group due to the limited supply in the current period. The target groups in the first stage are the groups most vulnerable to contracting the disease, which include frontline workers, people with chronic diseases, and the elderly. Today, the Sultanate sky will witness a rare astronomical phenomena. This rare astronomical event will see Jupiter and Saturn line up very close to each other. Called the Great Conjunction, this event will occur at 2:02 p.m. today in the skies above Oman, the rest of the Arab world, and parts of the Northern Hemisphere. This event, involving the close proximity of the two giants of the solar system, has not occurred since March 1226, and will not be repeated until 2080. The reason it's called the Great Conjunction is because this event involves the two largest planets in our solar system. And now, to know more in detail about this Great Conjunction, let's welcome our all-time favorite guest, Mr. Abdul Wahab Al Busaidi, who's the head of Observatory at the Oman Astronomical Society. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdul Wahab, for joining us today.
Thank you, Madiha. It's good to be back again. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you on this amazing occasion. So before we get into the detail, sir, could you tell us and our viewers what exactly is the Great Conjunction?
Okay. Now, this Great Conjunction, allow me, if kindly, Madiha, I'll spend just a few seconds to talk a little bit, to introduce you to both Jupiter and Saturn. So
yes,
we know
sir.
what they are. Yeah. So Jupiter is the largest planet of the in the solar system. As you know, we have 8 planets, starting from Mercury all the way to Neptune. Now, basically, Jupiter is capable of swallowing 63 Earths, so it's a massive planet. And Jupiter has got a red spot. They call it the red spot, but basically, it's like a cyclone, or even you can call it a hurricane. And it has been going on for the last 400 years non-stop. So if you have a strong telescope, you'll be able to see it even from Muscat. Also, Jupiter has 4 famous moons, like they call the Galileo moons. And they're also visible using a small telescope or even binoculars. Now that's about Jupiter. Now enter Saturn. Even more interesting planet to look at because of its famous rings. I think you've seen it in the books when you were young. But if you have a telescope or even a powerful binocular, you will be able to see these rings. Now, another amazing phenomena about Saturn is on the northern pole, there is a hexagon hurricane. It has 6 edges and it's precisely the same angle. And, it has baffled scientists over the years, of this amazing symmetrical angle. And so that is the 2 planets. They're both huge. Hence, this is known as the Great Conjunction. So what we will notice today, starting around 5 o'clock, once it gets dark, is that they will be getting closer and closer to the level that one will almost overlap the other. So Jupiter is nearest to us. It's around 780 million kilometers from here. Remember, Sun is 150 million. So you can imagine how far Jupiter is. And Saturn is 1.4 billion years away. So it's quite far as well. But it will overlap to what we call in astronomical figures 0.1 of a degree or 6 arc minutes. So they will be so close, you will be able to see them in one lens. So starting tomorrow, you should expect to see a lot of photographs by astronomers of what you're going to witness today.
Right. Mr. Abdul Wahab, I read that it is actually starting at 2:02 p.m. today, but Oman Astronomical Society will be setting up their cameras after the sunset. So could you help me explain what exactly does it mean that it's starting at 2 and the camera is being set up at after the sunset?
Very good question, Madiha. Very good question. So basically, as I talk to you now, I'm sitting outdoors, and both Jupiter and Saturn are above my head, and they're moving slowly to the west as they go to the horizon. But of course, we cannot see them simply because the sun is out there, and you will have to have a very, very powerful telescope to observe them. So the reason Oman Astronomical Society will set up telescopes and have a live stream on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter starting around 5 or even 5:30 is because we're waiting for darkness to come and for us to appreciate better this phenomenon.
I was just going to ask you, sir, that the reason that you're sitting outside right now, outdoors, is it because you also want to witness it starting from 2 p.m. that has already passed now?
Exactly. So I think I'll be among the first to watch it. And thanks for your weather forecast. I think that was a very good news for us. The sky is as blue as it can get. So we're excited and things look good. So in the next couple of hours, we'll be setting up our equipment and observe this. As you mentioned clearly, the next one will be in 2080, 6 years from today. The last one took place 400 years ago. This repeats every 20 years, the conjunction, but they never come this close. So this is your chance. And luckily, Oman, we have had great chances in the last sort of 12 months. Remember, in December, we had an eclipse that was covered very well by Omani media as well as international media. And then we had a repetition of the annular eclipse in June. So we hope that these events and these phenomena, and with this beautiful weather, as families go to Wahiba, they go to Masira or to Musandam or to Samhan to spend their nights and camping, take a chance to look up in the sky and see what you observe and try to identify them.
Right. So you just mentioned that people can actually look up into the sky and can see this rare phenomena. How easy is it for the naked eyes to witness this event?
Very easy. I mean, as long as you have, I'm not 6'6", I'm probably 6'18". I don't have that, accurate vision, but I can see it very clearly. And over the last few weeks, if you have been going outside and taking a look up, you will see one very bright planet next to it, which is a little bit dim. So the bright one is Jupiter. Remember, Jupiter is number 4 when it comes to brightness. Number 1 is Sun. Number 2 is Moon. Number 3 is Venus. Venus is visible very early in the morning. And Venus is so bright, it can cast a shadow. So number 4 is Jupiter. So it's quite bright and you cannot miss it. Even here in Muscat, or you are in the Central Park in New York, or you are in London, no matter where you are, this phenomena is visible to the naked eye as long as the sky is clear and it's not covered by cloud. But if you have a telescope, you will really enjoy the details, and you'll be able to see the moons of Galileo, the moons of Saturn almost joining together. You will not notice the difference. So quite a very, very beautiful and amazing thing to watch this evening.
And also the way you explain and the details you tell us, it makes it more interesting to watch, to be honest. Mr. Abdul Wahab, we actually have a question your way. One of our viewers is asking that, can this be watched through binoculars? And also, does he need to have any protective layer like that you have during eclipse?
Okay, 2 questions. For the second part of your question, no, don't worry about protection. It's nighttime. They will do 0 damage to your eyes. They will not do any damage. They're small, basically. They're not as bright as the sun. So regarding the first question, yes, you can use binoculars, but I advise you to use a tripod, a stand, because if you use your hand, you're likely to move and shake. So if you have a tripod, which I'm using right now in front of me to put this phone, a simple one, you can put it and it will give stability. So that way you'll not have any shaking and you will be able to follow it. So use a tripod. Binoculars, great. There's something to watch with.
Right. Sir, going back to my question, according to the Deputy Chairman of Astronomical Observations at the Society, it has not occurred, we just said that it's been more than 400 years, like it was occurred in March 1226 and will not be reported until 2080. What importance does this event really hold of?
It's quite important. The first data that you mentioned is when Galilei designed the first telescope. He was the first scientist, at least in terms of, from the Western point of view. We have great Arab scholars who have done amazing jobs, like Khwarizmi and Ibn Sina, and there are so many of them. But Galileo is the one that started with the first telescope and reported in detail about Jupiter and its moons. So the greatness of the event is that you have these two great planets. They're both massively huge. You know, Mercury is probably smaller than our moon. Mars is smaller than Earth. And the rest are not that great. So you have two massive planets coming together. And by the way, I would like to mention a fact that Jupiter has an important role to play in our universe. It literally acts as a vacuum. So any astray rocks that comes to Earth, Jupiter sucks it or brings it towards it, like it happened in 1994, you know, the Schumacher sort of rocks that hit the Jupiter. So Jupiter is helping us clean the cosmos from debris and rocks.
Wow, that is a really interesting fact. Like, I'm honestly amazed to listen that Jupiter is working like a vacuum for Earth.
Yeah. Yes.
So, Mr. Abdul Wahab, we have few more questions your way. I'll go with the first one. One of the viewers asking what time it will be visible to the naked eyes. And the second is, what exactly is going to be the duration of the visibility?
Okay, so regarding your first question, you have to wait for darkness, you know, for the sun to set completely in the horizon. And I expect, you know, at 5:30 will be a good time. 5:30 will be a good time to start watching it in the western, southern, so southwest of the sky. So right now, as I said, it's above me, above my head. And as we know, all the planets, including the sun, including the stars, everything is moving from east to west, except of course for Polaris, the northern star, which doesn't move. So the best time is from 5:30, and you have 2.5 hours to watch it. By around 7:30, 7:35, it will completely disappear. So 5:30, the peak will be around 6, but the earlier you catch it, the closer they are.
Right, great. Thank you so much, sir. And we have one more question, sorry. Another person is asking, will it be easy to watch this phenomena from Muscat?
Absolutely. You can watch it from Muscat. Even if you are in a mall, just step outside in the parking lot. If there is no sort of anything covering you, look up in the west southern sort of direction. You will see, now it will appear like one bright object. So those are Jupiter and Saturn almost overlapping. So you can definitely see it from Muscat. And of course, if you are tonight in a camp somewhere, then let's say in the sands of Wahiba Sands, or if you are in Masira, or if you are in Jabal Shams, or even Jabal Akhdar, you will get an extra bonus by appreciating, you know, the rest of the stars, and the moon also will be there.
Okay, now one question straight from me, because I really want to witness this. Now, you said that it can be viewed from Muscat. I honestly thought that you have to go to the desert or up in the mountains to watch this rare phenomena. Sir, can you tell me, like, if I am stepping out and if I am seeing in the city, what exactly should I be expecting to see up in the sky?
Okay, first is you will see a half moon. Today is day number 6 of the moon. So the moon was born 6 days ago. You know, 7 days from today, it will be a full moon. So you will see a full moon. So leave the half moon, leave the half moon behind you and go downwards. You know, I think, Madiha, I spoke about this in our last interview, that people have stopped looking up. Whenever I wake up early morning to go for my prayers, I look up and there are many constellations. Orion is visible. The Orion Nebula is visible. The Big Dipper is visible. Right here, I'm living close to the airport. I can see Cassiopeia, you know, the Queen, very clearly with this beautiful constellation. I can even see Leo. So there are many constellations right here in Muscat. All you have to do is just switch off your phone and look up. You will be surprised, you know, early in the morning, or even a little bit late in the evening, there are so many stars to see in Muscat. So yeah, so it will be visible during so even in Muscat. It doesn't matter where you are, even if you're in a big city.
So what is your plans for tonight? Because I'm thinking, like, since you're saying it will be around 5:30 onwards until 7:30,
Yes.
we might give you a call and see like what is happening. So you could explain us what's really going on.
Yeah. Yes, I'll be happy really to. I have a commitment between 5 to 5:30, but maybe after 5:30. So basically, I'm right here, located sort of west of the airport. City Center Mall is not far from me, so you can imagine there are a lot of lights right here. But I will be able, God willing, if there are no clouds, to see the Jupiter and Saturn overlapping over one another. So I will set up here whatever I have equipment, and yeah, I will watch it along with luckily the media has done a great job. There is a lot of awareness. I met a number of people today that are excited and looking forward. So even if you have children and family, just go out. Look, the weather is so beautiful, Madiha. I think you will agree with me.
Yes, absolutely.
So step outside, step outside and look up in the sky. And after you see this great conjunction, also look at what else you can see. You will be able to see the Orion constellation, or they call it here in Oman, Al-Mayazin. This beautiful, it's also called Al-Jabbar. So you will see a lot. You will see at least 5 constellations along with this great conjunction this evening and tonight.
Yeah, we are really excited to actually witness this, and I'm so glad to you for actually explaining us in details and telling us what we should be expecting. Thank you once again, Mr. Abdul Wahab, for joining us. It was a pleasure having you.
Yeah, thank you, and hopefully we'll meet again in the future, inshallah.
Definitely, inshallah. Thank you so much, sir. It's time for us to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates coming your way from our international desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Outline. And now from our international desk. The U.S. Centers for Disease and Control and Prevention, known as CDC, issued new guidelines to those who have been reported severe allergic reactions to the COVID-19 vaccine. CDC has learned of reports of some people experiencing severe allergic reactions after getting inoculated. The agency defined a severe reaction as one where a person needs to be treated with epinephrine or requires hospitalization, the Hill reported. People who have a severe allergic reaction after the first dose should not get the second shot, and those who have had severe allergic reactions to components in a COVID-19 vaccine should not get that specific vaccine, the Hill quoted CDC as saying. The agency to consult doctors before getting inoculated. However, people with a history of severe allergic reactions not related to vaccines or injectable medicines may still get vaccinated, CDC added. The guidelines come after the Food and Drug Administration said it was looking into 5 severe reactions to Pfizer's vaccine reported this week in Alaska, and the others have been reported in other states. Earlier this month, the UK's Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency warned that people with significant histories of allergic reactions should avoid getting Pfizer's vaccine after 2 people reported adverse reactions. The Dutch government has put a stop to all passengers' flights from the UK after finding a case in the Netherlands of a